afternoon. The person I would like to introduce today is very near and dear to my heart. He is the patriarch of my family, and he's been there for me my entire life. He has seen a good deal in his days, including the Great Depression, both World Wars, the starting of his own company, and the battling of cancer. He is one of the wisest people I know, and I'm proud to call him my grandfather. This past month, Walter Arthur Verno Jr. blew out 81 candles on his birthday cake, and it was something that my family and all his friends were there to witness. Some had fears that his days were going to be cut short before his birthday, but he has proved to be a strong competitor in his fight against cancer, and he's been fighting and preparing for this fight his entire life. Walter was born on July 21st, 1932, in Alexandria, Louisiana. His parents are Walter and Juanita Verno. He was the fourth son to be born, but he's privileged to carry on his father's name. In his words, he says, "My mother wanted a girl, tried for one, and when she had another boy, she didn't have a name picked out, so I got to be Junior." As if surviving in a large family during the Great Depression was not hard enough, Walter had many near-death experiences, and in a way, each one prepared him for his fight with cancer. When he was 7, he fell and broke his wrist on a piece of glass, and it busted open. His father went all the way to Beaumont, Texas, with his thumb on Walter's arm, stopping the blood. Walter said that if it weren't for his dad's actions that day, he would not be alive. The Verno family moved from Louisiana to Sealy, Texas, where Walter continued to thrive despite challenging incidences. In high school, he volunteered for his church's vacation Bible school, where he was helping build a house. While he was helping a friend saw a board, the friend got sawdust in his eye and jerked away enough for Walter's hand to get caught in the saw. He had 1.5 fingers cut off that day, none that could be reattached. However, even though once again he fought with extenuating circumstances, he stayed positive. He says that other than looks, he doesn't miss them much because he could still wave to people. Another major preparation for fighting happened when Walter was drafted into the Navy in 1955. It was only the second time in the history of Navy that they were drafting people. Prior to that, they had had enough volunteers. He says it was an awful feeling to open the letter saying that he was required to report to LaGrange, Texas for military action. However, he survived in the Navy for 2 years, working his way up from a seaman to one of the top mechanics in the boat shop of his ship, the USS Tortuga. One of his fondest memories was coming home, and he passed underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. He said that his brother Donald, who was in the Air Force, got to fly over the bridge, and when they were both off, they got to drive across the bridge in a car. They covered all sides of the bridge. Even though Walter has encountered many hardships in his life, there are joys that have also aided in his fight. Walter was able to come home and join his father and oldest brother Harry in the cultivation and harvest of rice, which was shaping itself into one of the family businesses. They started with 230 acres of rice, and now there are over 1,000 acres of rice being cultivated under the name of the Verno Rice Farm. The trio of Walter, Harry, and their father, already running 3 Massey Ferguson combines to harvest rice, invested in an entire Massey Ferguson dealership, which is known to this day as W.A. Verno & Sons Sealy Tractor. Another joy in Walter's life has been his wife, Catherine. He enjoys telling the story of their first kiss. His side of the story goes something like this. I spent New Year's Eve with Catherine, and at midnight, she grabbed hold of me and commenced a kiss on me, and I thought, hey, this isn't half bad. The couple was married the next July, and this past year marked 53 years of marriage. Another great joy and hobby for Walter is his collection of antique cars. His collection now boasts over 108 cars, dating from a 1912 Model T made by Ford, to a 1989 Chevrolet convertible, and everything in between. Some people come all across the country to visit his museum of precious, one-of-a-kind automobiles. Walter has accomplished many things in his life, and he still claims that the best accomplishment is his family. Walter fathered 4 children, has 9 grandchildren, and even a great-granddaughter. He looks at life positively, just as he always has, despite his battle with cancer. Walter is a leading member of his family, of his church, his company, and even his town. And he has had a lasting impact on many, many people, especially me. Ladies and gentlemen, Walter Verno. Does anyone have any questions?
What's his rarest car that he has?
The rarest car he has is probably an Austin Healey. And I don't know if you've seen one, but it looks kind of like a convertible Mini Cooper. They're made in England, and they're very, very small. So it's an interesting one. But it's probably a toss-up because every car in the museum is very unique and very different. Some he's spent a lot of time restoring, some of them who are in their original paint and body, and so it's a really interesting museum. Thank you.